I didn't have time to change before the show. A little hung up at work. We've been a little busy. Please forgive the fact that I am not dressed in proper NASCAR regalia. I hope Ty Dillon will forgive me. I'll seek his forgiveness. He probably won't. And that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Ty Dillon.
Ty Dillon.
Ty Dillon.
If only Ty knew how much I care and how much I wanted.
I wonder how old Ty Dillon was when he first went to Myrtle Beach.
It's a good question. I don't know. I bet he was down there quite often. Him and the whole bunch, they got a good time. You ever been to Myrtle Beach?
A long time ago.
Me too. I think last time. No, 1999. That's when I went. That is a long time ago, though.
I may have been since then or may not. I don't remember.
I heard there's dead fish and people with guns shooting at people.
And I heard people fall out of the what them things go around? Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel, really?
Yeah, I heard somebody fell out of it and died.
Well, maybe it's good we ain't been to Myrtle Beach.
That sounds like it.
I tell you what, let's stay here and just do a show. You want to do a show?
Yeah, let's do it.
How about one called
Wrap It Up.
That's what I want to do.
And we are here, folks, to look at the paint schemes coming up this week for the tricky little paperclip, not triangle, paperclip.
He almost said
I was almost going to make it Pocono, yeah. Everything coming up over at Martinsville, and we're going to do it in the order of how they finished at the Bristol Dirt Race. Speaking of the Bristol Dirt Race, we went down and talked to some of you, we hope, and gave away some prizes. It was fun. We had a good time talking to everybody. Everybody was lively and having a good time and telling us how bad they hated Kyle Busch a lot. We heard that a lot.
Did hear that.
We
saw that a lot.
One man, if you notice in the video, I refused to interview. I made Justin talk to him just because of the sign on his head. I have seen him there for many years and been like, that guy. But he seemed like a nice guy, other than his head. But
he's pushing the wrong propaganda for you.
Yeah, I just, when you hate a driver so much that you'll wear a sign on your head, you've got a whole level of hate that I just can't come up with. I mean, I don't like some drivers, but I'm not going to wear a sign on my head that says I hate them. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I get more respect. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what they're doing this week and who's driving what, and we're on the wrong paint scheme all of a sudden. Let's get started out here. I'm sorry, folks. Number one, who won last week? Christopher Bale.
Bale, the dirt track specialist.
He took off, didn't he?
Yeah, I was watching him through the first stage. Of course, Larson led the whole first stage, but I was watching Bale, and he was kind of like P5, and I was like, well, I don't know if he really has something.
Right.
But it seemed like, after each stage, people stayed out, and it didn't seem like tires mattered much, if anything, because the track position was just you stayed out, except for Joey Logano had the fastest car.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Of the entire night. He came through the field twice and then got wrecked for the third time and was done.
Right.
He could pass people.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he had something.
But other than that, there was some passes. For the third year of the dirt race, I thought it was definitely the best dirt race.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The racing was really good, I thought.
I don't know how anybody can say any different. Like, watching the 3 dirt races, that was definitely the best. But also at the same time, and I'm not knocking this, our home track, I love it. Attendance was extremely low. I personally, that's the lowest I believe I've ever seen Bristol. Can you think of a time less people? I mean, especially on Saturday, like people didn't come to camp. I know it was Easter. People want to be with family. I know they were calling for rain. I'm not knocking the event. And I know dirt racing's better on TV for NASCAR people because they don't want the stuff in their face. But I would be fine if they brought it back next year. The stands don't matter to me. I want to see the product on the track. And it was good racing.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know why. I mean, before they went to dirt, the spring event at Bristol on concrete was 50% capacity.
Yeah. It's never been that full anyway.
I mean, yeah, since the late 90s, early 2000s.
It's Bristol, baby!
That's what they say.
But, that was a little discouraging, but, I don't know. Whatever they do, they do.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Who finished second?
So I tell you who. A man by the name of the Beast.
This guy picked a win in the race pool. Could have won me some points.
And I thought you were going to get those points with a win. I heard him talking in an interview after the race, and he said he was going to throw it in there coming through 3 and 4, but Melon Man just,
just ruined
stopped
it.
up there, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know. NASCAR can observe, but COTA, that car sat there for a long time before it moved, waiting on that yellow. That car set up in that corner. It could have just let off the brake, and I don't know. I don't know what he was doing, but I'm just saying if he was stuck at the top of the turn, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't you just
And
drift
then-
it down and let the race finish out?
I mean, at that point, what did it matter?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering. I thought maybe he thought it wasn't last lap, and he wanted another restart to see if he could grab a few more positions, you know, or
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who
And
knows?
then again, also, if he's wrecked, it doesn't benefit him any to let them have another restart. So if he thinks he's done, what does he care? It's over.
Yeah.
He can go home. So
I don't know.
I get it. Good race for him. This guy, listen, started out terrible at the start of the year, but he's come alive, right?
Yeah.
Look at this. Here's a surprise everybody thought, except me a little bit, because in our pool, our private race pool, I picked this man to win a stage.
Mm-hmm.
And we all talked in our chat, and I said, everybody's got a chance at Bristol this week getting points except me. I picked the 3 to win a stage. That's never going to happen.
He almost did.
Dude was up front all race.
Yeah, he was
making it happen.
Top 5 the entire race.
This man, though, the biggest claim he has to fame is not his crown jewel victories of Daytona 500s, Coke 600s, or running good at Bristol Dirt, but being the brother of
Ty Dillon.
Ty Dillon. Ty
Yeah.
Dillon.
Yep. Ty Dillon.
just to know you have the same DNA must be amazing for Austin.
And now he's a part of the club.
He's joined the club.
He has joined.
Man, Johnny getting everybody in the club.
I like this
I do
paint
too.
scheme.
It's pretty hot.
That's nice.
Different than Martin Truex's, but
Yeah.
I still dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I like it.
Johnny don't do bad schemes. Look at
Oh,
this.
man, Ricky's cutting trees again.
I tell you what, he loves it. He gets right up there in the top and picks them apples, stomps them up, makes that juice.
Yeah. Making
Treetop
moonshine.
juice.
Apple brandy.
Not a bad finish. Listen, but truthfully, if I'm not mistaken, even stats, Bristol is Ricky's best track.
Oh.
He had some good runs there before. He's a dirt racer himself. He just doesn't get all the play because he's been in NASCAR for so long that Bale or
I didn't even
some of the other
remember.
guys.
I didn't remember that he finished this well.
yeah, well,
That's pretty impressive.
boy got up there, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about treetop? You think that's a? Would you buy treetop juice?
I'd cut a top of tree off to burn
true.
the firewood.
Yeah, you got to put it in a bottle. Pee in a bottle, cut the
Pee-
top of a tree off. That's what it looks like.
That's it.
14 had a good finish. He's a dirt racer. He led.
Yeah, he was
Everybody-
leading until who he had a run in with who was it that put him in the
Oh,
fence there at the end?
Yeah. Yeah, they doored him up there pretty hard, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was in a position. Him and Reddick were running there together. Honestly,
It was Reddick. I think Reddick
it might have been Reddick who put him
kind of
there.
put him in the door. In the wall, and then about 2 laps later, he got really high, got loose again, and that's why he was ended up 5th. But
Well, I don't blame Reddick because if those two just sat and race each other, there's no way anybody was going to catch Bale. So you had to do
Right,
something if you were
right.
going to go for the win. So they're back with the High Point. I think this is the first time High Point is ran this year, isn't it? I think so. It was a big sponsor for him last year. This one looks a little dark. That's just the only photo that Stewart Haas themselves have released thus far of this paint scheme. So they wanted it to look like it was parked out in a blizzard or something. I don't know. So it's not a technical issue. It's just Stewart Haas says, don't look at our cars. They don't go very fast anymore.
they don't.
Speaking of Stewart Haas, here's the opposite, boy. 14 other than the wait, what is this here for? Never mind, folks. I was thinking that was the 41. Why is this here? Why does this have a background?
I don't know.
Nothing makes sense. The show's gone to crap.
This.
That doesn't even make sense why a
After-
PNG would do that. If you know anything about technology, I don't know. It must be a picture of a PNG being in something. I don't know why. But listen, it's leaf filter, and we're not going to look at it because we don't care. We're just going to move on. That's
Let's
how
go on to Martin
you
Truex.
got to see what it looks like. That's all it really mattered. You wanted to know he was running the filter. But Truex, another club. Club's big in Martinsville.
They
Hillbilly hot dog.
get you a hillbilly hot dog. You
How
can
many
get-
hot dogs you ever ate over?
I didn't eat any last year, but I've ate. Sometimes I'll eat 1 or 2. I mean, we
So
go
1 or 2 is the most you ever had?
Yeah, we
at
go.
a
I mean,
time?
of course, we go every
Yeah.
time they have a
I
race.
think
there.
I've ate like 6 at a time.
6 at a time.
I've put some down. I don't know, but yeah, it's not a good idea. I don't do it anymore. I don't suggest it at all, but it's possible. I'll say that.
If it wasn't for the hot dogs looking like some crazy candy apple red, whatever they put them in, I probably would eat more of them. But they do taste.
Sounds weird to say. It's a weird phrase. They pink that meat up, don't they?
Yeah, that's something.
Weird.
Here comes the money.
$2.
Jesse, whatever his name is. It's something Jesse hot dogs now, right? It's like Jesse Johnson hot dogs or something, or some guy's name. I don't know. But listen.
Frontline.
This man, David Gilliland, come alive. This man is making things happen. A top 10 again. This man has had good runs the last few weeks. And this is a pretty hot scheme.
Yeah, I was very Todd was running even in like top 5 there for a few laps. I was like, what in the world's going on?
I know. And he had a good finish the week before and the week before.
And he's got
something figured out.
I don't know if it's like my favorite paint scheme, but it's at least something different. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I can dig it. I
don't know about the shadow, like the fading of the shadow on that chevron thing, whatever that is. But
yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah, kind of two sides. Yeah, maybe it won't look as much. This is a render anyway, so they don't have a picture of the car to even show us. This is the mock-up, so maybe we'll see it this weekend, obviously. But
yeah.
Coming up next, we got the old man getting ready to retire, and he's got a new paint scheme that's kind of hot, honestly. I'm digging the real tree.
Yeah, he very surprising that he finished this well at Bristol.
Right.
The whole race, he just sucked.
Yeah, I think you said to me while we were there that
Harvick hates dirt.
Right,
yeah. He's just terrible.
So he's probably happy that he's going to the booth next year and he ain't going to do this crap anymore. But I got to tell you, this paint scheme right here for Martinsville for the
Hillbilly Hot Dog
arena is
it's got some.
It's got so much energy. I'm just trying to make the call. Yes, I'm going to do it. Go ahead. Give it to it. Paint scheme of the week.
Wrap
of the week. This is hot.
Huh.
This has got big senior vibes to me, that black and just the camo. I love camo. It's laid out well. I like how the real tree's all the way down the side. If I could change anything, it's maybe just take the gas station pizza off the hood and put just real tree there. But,
yeah, or something
But
else.
I still love the layout. It's super hot.
Yep.
Super hot.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's got me frizzled. Let's take a break.
Let's take
see
a break.
what's going on, and come back and talk about how we're going to give away free stuff to people.
All right.
Y'all watch this and be happy.
White Blaze Outdoor provides educational hiking tours, fly fishing trips, and shuttles. We're located in Abingdon, Virginia near the Appalachian Trail. If you are only looking for an afternoon hike to see wild horses or a full multi-night trip, we have what you need and know where you want to be. We are currently booking adventures in southwestern Virginia and northeast Tennessee. For more information, visit whiteblazeoutdoors.com or call 276-356-7068.
And we're back. Wrapping it up. Looking at every paint scheme coming up for Martinsville Hot Dog Center. You know, it's really not shaped like a paperclip. It's really just shaped like a hot dog, if you think about it. This whole place is just based on processed beef and pork products.
Just all hot dogs.
It is. And the people of Martinsville, from what I understand, that's all they eat.
Yeah.
Not because they like them. It's just they're very poor there. I heard it's the second fastest depleting town in Virginia. I really heard that on the news, no joke.
Wow.
So it's going downhill, but they got an awesome track. It's my very favorite track.
Yeah.
And you know what would make it even better? If you went there and you had 3 tags signed by Ernie Irvin himself, and you said to yourself, man, I have got to show these off. You put them on the front of your car, the back of your car. You don't need registration on your car anymore in Virginia. I don't know about your state, but you have an autographed Ernie Irvin tag on your car, that's legal right there in the state of Virginia. So if you're, you got to pick the right winner of Martinsville, so you can't take them with you. But you can come back in the fall and have legal Ernie tags. So it's something to think about. Tell the people how they win this, Justin.
It's pretty simple. All you got to do is comment in the section below. Tell us who's going to win Martinsville before the Martinsville event starts.
That's a good idea.
And
if we get
they
more
could be
than
yours.
one, we'll randomize that and pick somebody, and somebody will win those fascinating products. Coming in next,
Tigers.
another good finish for this rookie. Listen, he's not putting up wins or fives, but he's hitting top 10. He's starting to get on a little roll here.
Yeah.
Consistency can pay some bills rookie year.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's back with Monster again. Monster going to run a couple cars. At what point does Monster is it like we get rid of Ford, Chevy, and Toyota, and like 1/3 of the cars are Monster, 1/3 are Bass Pro, and the other are just drugs, and we battle that way. Like the drug cars draft together at Daytona and Darlington, and then like the monster cars. I mean, it seems like the future to me, the way
It's kind of already happening.
it's getting there, right?
Yeah.
Because they got
Here comes the money.
big money.
Big. Ooh, who got some fried fish up in here?
Ooh.
He
Listen.
does. Michael McDowell.
Michael McDowell is going to cook you the best fried fish platter you've ever had.
Can you buy hush puppies at Love's?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like that would be a conflict of interest, doesn't it? I'm going to be honest with you, Justin. I never mentioned to you because I was in a hurry last week. Before we went down to Bristol to talk to the folks, I started to stop at Long John Silver's, and I had a 5-gallon bucket in the back of my truck, and I was going to go in and fill it with hush puppies.
Are you serious?
And I thought, if we could just go around just handing out 5 gallons of hush puppies to people at the track, that might be something. So, I don't know.
I mean,
If we could, if there's not one on the way to Martinsville, we'd bring some with us this weekend. I don't know.
Michael
Y'all show up at Talladega and see if we're feeding hush puppies to people. It might happen. Who
Michael
knows?
McDowell might go with us.
Oh, man, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah. Here's
Hey.
your hush puppies.
Listen, most impressive thing of the entire dirt race might be Michael McDowell.
He was running better than he finished.
Oh, yeah. And he
The majority of
also,
the race.
throughout the race, at random points, would just do 360s and continue to go.
Yeah.
He'd lose like one spot on a 360 and just go. The man was doing tricks and still got this good a finish. It's pretty amazing. I'm pretty proud of him.
I mean, you know what Christopher Bell said about him, right?
What's that?
Seems it's fair game. The fans love it. The wrecking ball came in and made us 3 wide.
Oh,
Well, Kyle Busch and Christopher
Yeah,
Bell said it.
anything goes, they say. Yeah, they're mad. Bubba's back with the gray McDonald's for some reason. Like he had this at the start of the year, remember? Then he went to the Dr. Pepper McDonald's mix,
Yeah.
and now he's back to gray again.
Back to the Golden Arches.
Yeah, well, I was complaining last week because, or whatever, the week before, I can't even remember. I'm so tired. That he just had the hood painted red with the arches on it, and I got that. But then we show up this week, and we don't have it painted red, and it would have looked a lot better not to be painted red last week. I'm just saying, if it's not required that you have the red behind the McDonald's arches, I don't understand why they did it in the previous paint scheme. It was a bad choice.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
There for the mid and up to the incident with Kyle Larson last year, Wallace was having a lot of momentum. Had some really good finishes. So what's going on?
Well, I mean, he won Kansas. He got a win late in the year, and that's when he was driving the 45 number. I mean, same car, but they just changed those sticker numbers. Somebody's like, oh, the 45 car is much better. I'm like, no, that's his same car. They just put a different sticker on it, So he won Kansas, and then, I don't know, the end of the year kind of fell apart, but that's where the pressure is. And he's had some decent runs. He's not he won his qualifying race at Bristol.
Well,
He was out front when he started, but he held them off, and he held some big people off. Kyle Busch, Harvick. There were some big drivers in his heat, so I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But here's a guy who has the greatest season of the year so far. Maybe debatable. Big Willie B
didn't do very well at the dirt race.
He did not.
But yeah, I mean, every other race he's been in contention to win. So
absolutely, and I see when we get back to Hot Dog Land,
Hillbilly hot dogs.
he's going to be a contention again.
I think he's going to repeat.
I think it's a possibility. I really do. I think he is possible. He's definitely. I don't know that he's the most consistent overall, but as far as people challenging for wins right now, he's the most consistent. And he's won here before. I'm just saying, I think he's got the momentum on him right now, and Martinsville could happen again. And I hope it does. It'd be fine with me. Here's a guy who is going to fly down to Martinsville.
He going to fly.
He's going to fly down. He's pledged his allegiance to the sun, and he's going to fly down. Forever. Still not a lot of sponsorship coming in from the outside over Jimmy's
You're the
house.
boss, Jimmy.
What did
I'm the boss.
What was the black car? Did he have Air Force again?
No, he had
that?
the Wyndham thing that Jimmy ran at Coda. I wonder if that was a give me. I mean, I know there's not a lot of gimmies. They know the under thing, but Jimmy didn't even finish one lap at Coda with that sponsor. So it kind of makes me wonder. It's like, listen,
Let's
give you
put it
another
on
race.
there again.
Yeah, I mean, not one lap. You didn't get much value for your money. 21's back with their Normal stuff.
Normal finishes.
Again, he's normal finished. I don't see. You know what though? He is a short track man. Didn't he win Xfinity race there? Did he win last year? The Xfinity race they had, or the year before? I'm pretty positive he won in the Joe Gibbs Xfinity car.
They doing Xfinity.
There's no Xfinity this weekend, right?
So last year, Ty Gibbs won the Xfinity race in the fall for the playoff race.
Right. I think, well, maybe it was the year before that, or Burton, or maybe did they run Xfinity in the spring and he got it?
They usually run trucks in the spring, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know.
They changed the schedule year to year now. Now it's throwing me off. I mean, we could go back and look. But
Oh,
that'd
aren't
be
all?
cheating. Or what?
I don't know.
Well, you never know. I don't think he's going to win or anything,
No.
but maybe he'll have a good run.
This guy ain't gonna win either.
Probably not.
Even though it's kind of like a braking zone for more of a road course.
Yeah.
But
he does have some good
he
runs
just he just cannot get anything going, any kind of momentum this year.
I think it's the whole team, really. A colleague is just I don't know what happened. Even their Xfinity was hot last year. Like they were really putting up some wins and stuff, and it struggled this year a little more. I mean, they've still had some good runs, but not like they were before. I think it's more an organizational problem at this point. I'll tell you what would have guaranteed, or still could guarantee the win for A.J. Allmendinger this weekend, though, is one thing, and that is Ernie Irvin's license plates on that number 16 action car.
If you put him on there, he gonna win.
Absolutely. You can't lose. It gives you at least 12 more horsepower. Big Brad and Olive and his teammate, the 17, Olive, RFK, I kept pointing out to you at the start, I thought they were purposely running in the back. It was so bad. Like, they just fell back. But then Brad just kept hitting things.
Brad wrecked 4 or 5 times.
It was, and sometimes by himself, totally. It was not his deal. He did not do well.
I was like, would you just quit? Get off the track. There's too many cautions. Just get off the track.
Yeah, it was not a good to get this like near the top 20 here. Pretty darn good for what the races they had going.
Yeah,
I like the Fastenal scheme.
I know. Yeah, this is kind of. I know it's just kind of like a bland charcoal thing, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it works,
especially with like the blue.
Yeah, light blue too. You don't. It's hard to make light blue really, but that gray, man, that's hot. That's hot. Teammate,
that's not
17. Got him some drugs this week. Got another drug car coming out.
Get it. Next Littleton.
Next Littleton. I'm pretty sure that's the drug for people who take too much drugs. If you experience too many drug side effects, take Next Littleton, and you may experience side effects such as, right, and then there'll be side effects for it. Why do people take all these drugs? As side effects may include death, complete blindness. And it's like, but your arms won't itch anymore. Some of them seem worse than what you're treating. Busher, good short track racer, may have a strong run. We'll see. It all, I think, depends on what the motor shows up with for Fords. What do you think about number 2? He's running the Menards.
Penske's always traditionally done very well at Martinsville the last few years. We'll see what's going on. Cindric doesn't really hit me as a short track guy that would do well. I would be thinking more of Blaney or Logano, but we'll see. Yeah,
I definitely expect least out of him in the Penske drivers. That's not to say I think he's going to have a bad race. Those Penske cars are strong there. The biggest question I've got about this guy, though, is Lippmann Wonder Mops. Are they really that wonderful?
I don't think so.
I don't either. I don't get why they get their own thing.
Here comes the money.
Apparently somebody's paying for him.
Isaac's son.
Isaac's son.
You know what his name is?
I think Elijah. Is that right? See the E right there?
Sure.
Wasn't Isaac's son Elijah in the Bible? Or wait a minute, who's Elijah's dad? Or is Elijah...
I'm Elijah's dad.
Yeah, you're Elijah's dad also. I can't remember right now. J.J. Yaley, my friend, I didn't even realize when we got to the Bristol Dirt race. J.J. Yaley.
He's on the front row or third or something.
Yeah. How did best qualifying ever for Rick Ware Racing.
Here comes the money.
Great job. Big energy. I'm going to put the sign up for this man. Look at him. Big energy, JJ. Come on, baby. And got a top 20 finish out of it.
What was I saw a clip, but I didn't watch it. Something about him talking about some kind of comments Denny Hamlin made about him. Did you?
I did see that. I think that was from the week before because Denny at Richmond just booted him straight in the wall.
Okay.
Denny was in the back and was like, "Nope, move,"
I didn't know.
and just hit him.
He was like something I expected more from Denny than that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think Denny got back there and was like, "I ain't waiting to pass a Rick Ware car," and was just like, "You're done, son." All right, let's do one more. Oh, and it's the man.
Ty Dillon.
Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon.
Yep. Ty Dillon.
Yep.
Big time. He got Rick's money.
Here comes the money.
Rick got the money. Ty got the drive.
This guy even stayed out after like stage 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Was on, and he still finished what 20th,
21st, I think. He did not have the run that he thought he would. Listen, he did get up front a little bit when he stayed out, though. He ran like third for quite a while before he fell off.
Yeah. People just started knocking him out of the way.
Yeah, right. This whole, I don't understand the dirt race, though, as far as pitting strategy went. The pitting strategy made no sense to me on why people did things in the pits. Like, guys didn't pit, didn't need tires at all, and then, like, Larson pitted and didn't take tires, and that really boggled my mind. I'm like, you're there anyway. Why would you not? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, I'm already frazzled by it so much I don't know what's going on. We're going to break.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on after this. Y'all look at this important commercial that has super important information that you will need to know.
White Blaze Outdoor provides educational hiking tours, fly fishing trips, and shuttles. We're located in Abingdon, Virginia near the Appalachian Trail. If you are only looking for an afternoon hike to see wild horses or a full multi-night trip, we have what you need and know where you want to be. We are currently booking adventures in southwestern Virginia and northeast Tennessee. For more information, visit whiteblazeoutdoors.com or call 276-356-7068.
And we're back again with Wrap It Up for that big third segment where we're giving away Ernie Irvin license plates that are autographed, 3 autographs with silver Sharpie. What? You know the silver Sharpie costs more than the black one, right?
4 times as much.
They got to get them silver pigments. Those aren't easy. Black pigment's easy to find. Silver, not so much.
That's why them things are just priceless.
Right, and you get 3 different paint schemes on these. That's a value.
Man,
it's not
I
even
know.
the same thing. Ernie probably wants those back himself. I tell you what, let's look at the next car. We're back in the sports clips for the 11. And I'm just so impressed by how many times FedEx has not been on the car this year. Dude, it's a big difference. Sports Clips is like the primary sponsor so far.
And, of course, he got shingles, and then
he's ran
over
shingles
there
3 times.
Joe Gibbs Racing, they don't understand. I guess they just keep drinking water after each
That's
other.
it, yeah.
Because Christopher Bell got the shingles this week.
Bale's got shingles this week, yeah.
They need to get up.
My understanding is that's the end of the shingles, though. The shingles only paid for 4 races. 11 got 3, and the Bale gets this one, and then they're done. So first third of the season, they're going to shingles is cured by Denny and Bale. You can't. So somebody get them something.
Ooh, I like this.
This is hot.
Beat energy.
This
Very
is
big. I might have awarded my my wrap of the week, paint scheme of the week. I can't talk. A little too early. I do like this scheme. This is a hot scheme.
I'm tempted to push the button, but I don't
wouldn't blame
know.
you. I wouldn't blame you. You might see something else. This is hot. Though.
I don't think so. I'm going.
I don't blame you. I would use it too.
I'm going.
I'd wrap it up.
This is my wrap of the week right here.
Have you ever
Seen something so beautiful? Have you, Mike Joy? Not a good mid-pack finish here. He didn't have the race he wanted. He ran up front a lap or 2, I think. Right? Maybe on a restart or something. He had one. He had a good go at one point, but it didn't pay off. He just sunk. I hate that for him. Here's a man I bet you hate to hear about because he's got a little trouble with your boy Larson.
Figured we could just be grown-ups and get
Hendrick.
over it, but I guess not.
That's what he said about it.
Yeah.
Your boy was getting beat up by the 41 and tried to fight back, and 41's like a 9-foot tall man, and Larson's like a 4-foot tall man, and she just shoved him off, and then
I've got no problems with what happened.
What about this penalty? How?
I got a serious problem with the penalty. That's just complete ignorance. But no problem at all with what happened on the racetrack. I mean, it's Bristol, number 1. I mean,
It's Bristol, baby.
number 2 is dirt Bristol.
Right.
So let's take a little banging and paint and stuff. But, and I mean, yeah, Larson lost his cool there and tried to swerve down on him and wrecked himself. So
it happens.
Yeah.
They got a good shot of him hitting him, and I just couldn't believe how hard he bounced off of him. But this whole penalty thing, man, listen, as far as what I know about NASCAR,
complete trash.
My expertise in NASCAR lies with the France family and the leadership of it. And I can tell you throughout history, the France family dominates. They are NASCAR. And you play by their rules. It's their house. It's their ball. You do what they do. And you usually do. It's very rare anybody pulls something over on them. They get their way. And I have to believe the 24-48 greenhouse penalty and then last week's 5 penalty is all just NASCAR upset that giant penalty they dropped on Hendricks was overthrown. I could be wrong, and we can't say that for sure. But we also know they amended the rule book to say that appeals penalties could only move the points penalty within certain brackets now. They can't completely take them away. So if you get hit with 100, the bracket might be they can move it to 80, but no more. So NASCAR was not pleased with this happening to go that far with it. I'd say Jim was like, listen, I'm still in charge here, and y'all going to learn. But, we're back to that point again. That's another great point to bring up. There's been 2 really big times where drivers were like, listen, NASCAR, we want a bigger stake. We want more say in the sport. And we're right at where one of those is about to happen again, and they're trying to play around. It's never worked before, and from what I can tell, it's not going to work now. I mean, you might be able to go make your own racing series, but it ain't going to be the NASCAR series.
Yeah.
I do not see, and it's a different world, but I do not see the owners getting like NFL ownership type level of their cars. We own this team, NASCAR wants that property. It's theirs. So, anyway, that's enough rant about that. Oh, my God.
It's Cody Ware in the 51. Look out on pit road.
That means something a little different this week, doesn't it?
It does. Means you might as well look out wherever you're at.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not.
Unfortunately.
In no way am I condoning Cody's actions at all, okay? Cody is wrong. Cody laying hands on somebody, a woman, and choking her to the point it's a felony, doing that much damage. There's no excuse for that.
No.
But my understanding is Cody has some personal issues, maybe some mental health issues that he's dealing with. That still doesn't excuse what he's done.
Seems like it.
Right. But Cody's better off maybe, especially at this point in his life, if things are going this far, he shouldn't be in a race car.
No.
Yeah, I don't care if your dad owns the team or what.
I don't know what set him off and what happened, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
don't need to be like taking going 200 miles an hour in a race car when you.
Well, you remember Martinsville? Was it last year that James Davis was driving the 15 car, and Cody Ware wrecked him, his own teammate, and he came over the thing and was like, "Listen, Rick, you got to do something with this guy. He's crazy. He's out here wrecking his own cars. It's getting crazy." So. I mean, I don't use crazy in that manner, but just getting nuts. Well, whatever. You know what I mean. I'm not going to think of any other analogies that are terrible also. Okay, well, coming back to this. More reading between the lines. Rick Ware last week on the last moment put Matt Crafton, Truck Series driver, in this car to drive, which fine pick, I think. And released a statement saying that Matt would drive the car here on out until something changed that they knew. Something changed already. Zane Smith is going to drive the car this weekend. That tells me Ford probably stepped in and said, this guy's a future guy we're building. Put him in the car.
Put him in the car. Yeah.
Matt's about ran his career. This is a guy we want to track.
I feel sorry for Zane because his
right.
car is just going to be trash, but.
Well, it might be interesting to see the difference in how Zane's front row
in this one performs.
Versus Rick Ware. His front row really, how far ahead are they than Rick Ware? We'll find out.
Yep.
Or, maybe not. Ooh, 99.
Whee.
You got the hat on today.
I got the hat on.
He's running that Blue Boy Worldwide Express, another sponsor that also goes with the one.
Yep.
I mean, Express, you get there fast.
As fast as you can.
Mr. Worldwide is, partial owner of this team.
Mm-hmm. Here comes the money.
Mr. What else is his name? He's not Mr. Cuba. What does he say himself? Mr. Worldwide, Mr. I can't remember what Pitbull calls himself. I don't know. But 99, he's had some good runs there at Martinsville, not recently. I watched him a lot. He got the crap beat out of him last year.
Yeah.
He had a terrible race, and everyone was hitting him that I remember seeing. So I'm not going to hold my breath for a win or anything.
And the very first dirt race, this guy had a legit shot at winning the race.
He did, you're right.
So I don't know what happened to him. I was watching him, a little bit from the start, and he was just not going anywhere and never went anywhere.
Yeah. But the one had a terrible finish.
The one didn't,
but he didn't really have
too.
much going on either, so maybe, that was just the setup. They didn't have the thing. Oh, new paint scheme on the block.
Another
Andy's custard.
Well, it looks like something in the ocean again.
It does. It's very sea life, isn't it?
But
BJ McLeod's going to get out of the car. Or McLeod, how do you say it?
And eat ice cream?
He's going to eat the ice cream while they're going to let Anthony Alfredo sauce come in.
Oh.
And, there's nothing you want more than Alfredo sauce on ice cream.
Fettuccine ice cream? Sounds.
I don't
think the texture would work.
No, I don't want that. No, sir. 78 car, though. He's beating some people every week. You got to give him that. I mean,
yeah.
Take the victories you can get. Paint scheme's clean. I'll give it that. It's clean. Not too crazy. I like that the greenhouse has its own little color there. Maybe all the ways I don't like that where the greenhouse is a different color than the body, but I kind of like it here. It works, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But back marker. Ooh, guess who's back?
Shady's back.
Big boy's back, and is he healthy though, or is he just?
It's just a bunch of cars going around in circles.
You think he's just out there cruising?
I don't think so, because I watched him interview, and he's like, the way that I sit in my seat, in my left leg, blah, 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 and the way everything's positioned, he's like, it's not really any different than his words were, this is the way I would have wanted my car to have been set up for this injury, the way that it already is.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know.
So,
plus, too, there's no, with the shifting now.
Oh, yeah. So, right. Yeah, maybe it's not. Yeah, true. The sequential, 6 weeks, though. I mean, Kyle, it's about the same as Kyle when he came back. 6 weeks, but that's fast. To have the bone completely broken, 6 weeks seems like a rush to me.
I thought Kyle was out longer, but maybe
he may have been. He may be. It was close though. He came back. He was all about getting back too, really quick,
so he could make the playoffs.
Yeah, and just being in racing, I think he had both legs broke though, but he definitely experienced pain afterwards. So that's my wonder with Chase is how much does it still hurt when you do have to hit that clutch pedal? Or, I mean, there's no way in the world at Martinsville you're going to clutch and brake and gas with 1 foot. I mean, you still got to put the clutch in just a little bit to pull it back and forward. So,
well, the big controversy last year was about them, shifting at Martinsville.
If they're going to have to shift it all.
So maybe
he doesn't even have to. Yeah, maybe he gets going and he's all right. You're right. Yeah,
if they set the gear ratio up to where he doesn't have to. I don't know.
Good point. Yeah, good point. Number one. Also got him a shipping company, and probably the same.
His shippies.
It's got like the same kind of little arrows and stuff. I bet it's the same company. It's a shipping.
You shippers.
Do the hip. Let's not get. I was just going to keep going with it, but then I was like, you know what? I don't know if people want to sit and watch us mumble to each other. So
I like this paint scheme though.
I do too.
I like the red. Something about the red number. Just
it does just a little bit of red. It's got silver outline. I like that.
I mean,
that makes it pop.
Ooh, I'll stand up and cheer.
Hillbilly hot dog.
Heck yeah. You know what I think? I think Martinsville is going to be a psychology thing for Chastain. Chastain is known for running into people. He's known for hitting people, and everyone has to here. Chastain, though, is trying to build a reputation of, hey, I'm not hitting you. I'm not running everybody, because if he does anything, people say.
The wrecking ball came in and made us 3 wide.
Right? So they're ready to blame him. So he's going to be extra paranoid. Oh, if I hit anybody, they're going to throw blame on me first thing. Does he maybe not run as hard, trying to save reputation a little bit, you think? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I hope he does. He didn't last time we were there. He completely, reconfigured the way the race worked.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Forget what I said. Forget it.
I don't
He
know.
he has no shame.
I don't
He's
know.
going to do whatever he's got to do. So who knows? This guy could win. Who knows? I believe anything you say about it. I don't know. Let's take a break. We'll come back and do one more segment, see how it goes. You folks hang in there because there's a very important commercial coming up.
Wrap it up.
Bum, bum.
White Blaze Outdoor provides educational hiking tours, fly fishing trips, and shuttles. We're located in Abingdon, Virginia near the Appalachian Trail. If you are only looking for an afternoon hike to see wild horses or a full multi-night trip, we have what you need and know where you want to be. We are currently booking adventures in southwestern Virginia and northeast Tennessee. For more information, visit whiteblazeoutdoors.com or call 276-356-7068.
Wrap it up.
And we're back with the last segment of Wrap It Up.
Wrap it up.
You know what number comes after 3?
16.
That's right. Segment stage 16, the final stage.
That's it.
Final countdown. And we're coming back. We got a few cars left. The 48 did not have a great race, really, at Bristol.
No.
Martinsville, though, maybe turns it around.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know about this time. I'm just saying, throw back to the win that we were at the previous fall race.
Right.
So when Denny Hamlin acted like a little child.
Right. What time does the race start this weekend?
It's not till 3 p.m., I think.
So we're going to end like 7-ish?
Probably 6:30. So
we're going to have light, so it's all day. We're not going to have to turn the lights on at all this one.
Last year they tried the Saturday night race, and it snowed, and we froze.
It was cold.
Ugh.
That's the gauge by which I use to tell how cold it is. When it got cold at the truck race at Bristol.
Yeah.
We were out talking to people Saturday and walking through the fields, and my socks got wet, my shoes got wet. And I sat up there at that truck race, and I was going to freeze to death. And I was like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So my measure by saying how cold I was, I told Justin, I was like, I'm Martinsville cold. That's how I say I'm cold. I'm Martinsville cold. So bring your jackets. I don't think it's going to snow this weekend, but we might get some rain.
It's supposed to be warm, but there's definitely a chance of thunderstorms. Negu. Is that Ragu's sister?
Yeah.
With
That's
kids on
his
it?
niece. Yeah.
Or his niece.
He ran this before.
Yeah.
Good calls, hard to hate on. Got the little kids, it's about the health. You can't hate on children. You can't hate on Corey LaJoy.
No, I wish Corey was.
You got
Beat energy.
I wish he was running a little better. But
I do too. Corey seems always, if anybody's just got that a little bit back Matt DiBenedetto energy. Corey's got that now where everybody's like, we want you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he just needs another break to capitalize, I think. But, I don't know. We'll see how it works out. Coming in last in the Stewart-Haas field, the man who likes to wreck this year, the man who likes walls. I don't know about this. I was about to say worst season of his career, but I haven't actually checked that or looked at stats, but it's got to be in the running.
It seems.
Right? Kyle Larson's got to be just upset about him. I mean, not just for him wrecking him, but it seems like every time the 10 also runs into walls and things, it screws the 5 somehow. They're not connected anyway. It's just the way it's flowing. Smithfield again.
Yeah.
I want them, before they leave, I just want them to paint the whole car like just a photographic picture of bacon. Just
the
solid
whole
bacon
thing?
car.
That'd be insane.
Maybe just not even write Smithfield on it. Just how they do the American flag car after 9/11. Just bacon covered. Get on that Smithfield. Oh, speaking of the 911 car, here's the driver, Kyle Busch, who had that American paint scheme. And this week he's got another new, maybe one-off.
Yeah.
Mark III. It's like insurance providers that come to your job.
No idea.
Like they come to our job and we have to go meet with them, and they're like, "You want supplemental insurance?"
So it's like a Aflac competitor.
Kind of like
yes,
exactly. And honestly, I think you can buy Aflac from them. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I don't know. It's something different though. A new sponsor coming into the sport.
Yeah.
New paint scheme. It looks kind of businessy, but I do like the blue and white. It's something different. Kyle, with one of these blue one-off paint schemes before, won at California in that. So
Lucas.
maybe he can do it again, baby. Come on, get you a big one in there, KB. Got enough hate at Bristol, I know. Back there with him, Jimmy's other car.
You're the boss, Jimmy. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Didn't have a good race. Made
Man.
some enemies. I saw him hit 2 cars simultaneously several times, multiple times. It's hard to do. To hit 2 people at once, but he did it. So it didn't work out for him. Again, still not showing that money.
He's not showing anything on the track either this year.
There's not much.
It really surprised me. I mean, dude won like 9 races last year in the Xfinity.
Well,
so.
I mean, but think about it. Like Cole Custard coming out of Xfinity, his last time, he won 8, right, coming out.
Oh wow!
And then he got up there and he got a win, but then we never saw him hit anything. I mean, here's what I think at this point in NASCAR's life. The Xfinity Series used to be Nationwide or Busch, whatever you want to call it. I'm saying compare the whole series, not just these years. Is a bigger jump right now, I believe, from Xfinity to Cup than there's ever been before. I think the Busch field back in the day, and especially because you'd see, these rules, the Kyle Busch rule they made to stop people from only having so many starts.
Yeah.
You'd see more Cup drivers in those fields also running more competitively.
Yeah,
back in
I
the
was
day.
actually watching Ward Burton on his Instagram today. He was filming. It was really cool. It was filming a piece about Davey Allison. But that's what made me think of that. It was a Rockingham race where Ward Burton won a Busch race at Rockingham, and I remember like the top 5 were like Dale Earnhardt, Ward Burton, Mark Martin.
It's like everybody.
Kenny Wallace was 5th.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot different
Yeah, a whole different
scheme
comparison.
of drivers and
Yeah.
tier of drivers.
But NASCAR purposely set out to make the series more their own little identifiable thing. Now, personally, I didn't like it when they did the idea. I wanted to see the Cup drivers on Fridays and Saturdays and stuff. I get why they did it, but at the same time, back then, I felt like, listen, it doesn't matter if you win 9 Xfinity races and show up in Cup and can't win 1. You know what I'm saying? Put some drivers down here. Let the Cup guys, and they still do a little bit, I know, but let them really race. Can you beat the Cup guy here? Then you can move up. You got to be able to show yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a bigger jump between that now. You get to Cup, and you're like, oh, I'm not even sure what planet I'm on anymore. All right. That's not right.
All right.
So, whatever. That's not right either. That was it. I don't know what's going on, but we're just going to fast forward through them. None of these exist. This is real. Actually, that was right. I'm
That was
pushing
right.
buttons. I'm sorry. I'm talking. I'm hitting the button, and the button responds after I hit it, so I hit it again.
Yeah, this is right.
And,
yeah. The last 2 finishers are the last 2 champions in the Cup Series.
Right. Bristol Dirt was not kind to Cup winners lately.
Yeah.
And to be fair, though, this man was going to win that race. There was no stopping the 5 car. I said from the very get-go, when the race started, he would just pull like the straightaway ahead from people. He was gone. That's why it was so weird to me that he was even fooling with the 41 car.
I mean, the weird pit call, which apparently was his call.
Yeah, I was on the radio.
And so, but I mean, either way, he was coming out first from the pits either way. But there was like 7 cars that stayed out in front of him.
Yeah.
Well, then he starts mucking around with somebody and then just spins himself out on his own.
Right.
And that's why he got back there, and then got into the thing with the 41. But
he got the stick up his butt, that's for sure.
That's the corn dog man.
So,
yeah, man.
didn't do him any good. He gave a great interview, though.
Figured we could just be grown-ups and get
Hendrick.
over it, but I guess not.
That was a good one. Also, there's film online of our local TV station
WCYV5
rubbing like a microphone on Kyle's face. And he's like, what the are you doing
He's
with
like,
this
get that
microphone?
on my face.
It was hilarious. That was the best thing. I don't know what our TV guy was doing. He was literally just like attacking him with it.
Right in his larynx. He was like,
It was awesome. I hate the bad finish, though, for Larson. I really thought going in he was going to be the winner after I saw how they run. And then this guy.
This guy had the fastest car.
He had a fast car, too.
I mean,
spin out, go back through the field.
He in 40 laps, he went from last to 10th. Then that pit stop. Then he wrecked again and came all the way back, and then he wrecked again. Then a flat tire took him out because he slammed the wall.
Right. Yeah, too much damage they they said they were thinking about sending him out again, but I think it broke control arms or something there.
I like this.
I do too, actually. It's different. Verizon, I have no doubt Verizon would be a bigger sponsor of Penske right now, would be a full-time sponsor if we did not have the Nextel era. Remember, Verizon was sponsoring a car, wanted to sponsor Penske cars because they sponsor them in IndyCar.
Mm-hmm.
And NASCAR kind of pushed them out when we got the whole cell phone sponsorship. And remember, because at first they were like, we don't want any other cell phones in here. And they're like, well, we'll grandfather people in. But then when it changed, they're like, no, Verizon, you have to leave. So it cost Penske something. They're finally allowed to come back because now the primary sponsorship's totally different now. It's just a bunch of companies.
Yeah.
And so Verizon's back on a Cup car, and Joey may get it done with this thing.
Joey's really good this track, yeah.
He is. Dead
we'll
last week, though.
Yeah.
But there's nowhere to go but up this week.
That's
I mean,
right.
you think about that. What do you think about winners this week, Justin? Who you going to say can pull off the magic hot dog win?
Hillbilly hot dog.
My take. Let's see. I'm going to go with Kyle Busch.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's got in my opinion.
Because he's kind of underperformed a little bit since the win, I think.
Yeah.
But Martinsville's a really good track for him.
Yeah. That might play into his hand, yeah.
And I feel like the last couple of times we've been in Martinsville, Austin Dillon's been running good there unexpectedly. So RCR's got a good short track program. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Kyle Busch.
I think that's a good pick. It may seem like I've picked it wrong this year, but just like I said earlier, I think the 24 is the strongest car of the season overall. And he can win here. So, and it's Hendrick. And Hendrick's always powerful at.
Of course, Christopher Bell won last time we were
Christopher Bell, listen, Christopher Bell is becoming the face of the Toyotas.
Yeah.
That man is putting up numbers. I was wrong. I said when they let Eric Jones go, I said, this is too soon. You're switching too fast. This is not a good idea, and especially since Bell is older than Eric Jones. I didn't realize it. Christopher Bell's got this baby face about him.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, man, that don't make any sense either because you don't have as many years. But they know what they were doing. Bell's putting up numbers. He's a good driver.
Yeah.
He's going to continue to win, too. Maybe even get a championship. Folks, don't forget to comment who you think's going to win and win these 3 autographed Ernie Irvan hoods.
Man.
We're going to be there Sunday watching the race. But before that, as long as it ain't pouring rain, we're going to get out and come see you. We want to come and ask you questions, 3 questions. They'll be about something maybe you know about, maybe they don't, but definitely NASCAR related. And if you get them right, we're giving out prizes. We got hats, we got shirts, we got all kinds of stuff we're going to put you in. We made some people happy at the track last week. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. We had a good time just talking to people, hanging out. There's some people in there that were having some serious parties. And listen, that's part of the track experience. That's what we wanted y'all to see. I suspect there'll be some this week. We're just going to walk around. Whoever we walk into, we're going to walk around the track just screaming. And if they holler back, we're going to go over. That's how we do it. So hopefully we have a good time. If you're there, holler at us, scream at us. Wrap it up, baby.
That's right.
Wrap it up. All right. Well, we will see you this Sunday, we hope. And catch us there and get on TV and win that free stuff.
Who wants some free stuff?
Woo, baby. It's going to be beautiful. We'll see you. We really appreciate y'all spending that time with us.
Hillbilly hot